Allen connects solidly, and there it goes. It's way, way back. It's a home run.
This is Ryan Howard. I'd like to tell you about Dick Allen, one of the truly legendary characters in Philadelphia sports history. Born in the small town of Wampum, Pennsylvania, the ninth of 10 children, he became one of the greatest high school athletes in the state. After graduating, Dick was signed by the Phillies, and after 4 years in the minors, burst into the major league scene in a big way. At 5'11", 190 pounds, Dick was not a giant, but he quickly established himself as one of the premier players in the game and the first black superstar in a Phillies uniform. While his fielding and batting average were solid, his trademark was power. Many of Phillies fans in the 60s have that image of that short, quick stroke and the ball clearing the left field roof and disappearing far into the North Philadelphia night. Dick Allen started his career when conformity was expected and self-expression was not encouraged. A free thinker and a proud man, Dick was not always accepted by management or the fans. By the end of the 60s, he was traded away, but still kept the mantle of being one of the most feared sluggers in the game. The change of scenery did him good, and the hits just kept on coming. In 1972, he won the American League MVP award as a member of the Chicago White Sox. In the first 10 years of his career, his offensive numbers were equal to or better than many of his contemporaries who are now in the Hall of Fame. 1975 was the year that proved you can go home again. The Phillies were becoming a force in the National League East, and sensing they were only a few players away from contention, they persuaded Dick to come out of retirement.
I've learned a lot through my journeys as I left here. And there's about that much difference between a man and a boy, and I like to think I've grown up a little.
The timing for his return was perfect, and Dick was accepted by the same fans that had literally booed him out of town. With his help, the following season, the Phillies won the first of many division championships, jump-starting one of the greatest eras in team history. After 15 years in the major leagues, 9 with the Phillies, Dick Allen retired with 351 home runs and a career .292 batting average. He drove in and scored well over 1,000 runs, but more importantly, he left behind the legacy of a player loved by his teammates and feared by his opponents.
The one remarkable thing about Allen, the fans love him. I think more important to him, the players almost idolize him.
We used to emulate him all the time. We used to take batting practice and pretend we were Dick.
He hit the ball as hard as anybody can, or will, or ever has.
He undoubtedly had the greatest God-given talent.
Alexander, Klein, Roberts, Ashburn, Schmidt, Carlton, Bunning, Holliday, and now Allen. The finest players who have achieved the pinnacle of success and greatness.
I thank the city of Philadelphia. Even though it was rough, I've made some friends along the way. And I'll say it again, it means a lot to me and my family. Thanks so much.
As chairman of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, it is my honor to welcome Dick into the Hall of Fame family.
Richard Anthony Allen. Dick fearlessly wielded a 42-ounce bat with presence and style, combining plate discipline and power to become one of the game's most intimidating hitters during a notorious pitcher's era.
To many of us, Dick was already a Hall of Famer, not just for how he played, but for who he was. Dick didn't just give his time or his money, he gave his heart. And although he is not physically here to accept the honor, I assure you he is with us. His story is not just about home runs or rewards. It's about principle, compassion, and unwavering determination. That is what carried him through every challenge and every triumph. Today, his name is enshrined among the greatest to ever play the game. And I know beyond all the applause, Dick would want this moment to inspire others to play with passion, to live with heart, and to always be true to yourself. Thank you for believing in him, and thank you for finally bringing him home.